Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica, and this show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that this guy seems to step on. It is Wednesday, the 26th of April, and boy, has it been busy. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of news, and I had to do a video on it, so I'm excited to talk to you guys about that today. Real quick before we get started, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also, check out the link below to A VO's Journey Elite Academy. We're offering 50% off our first month to come and learn how to start and grow your voiceover business. Join an incredible community. We'd love to have you, so check that out below. All right, so let's dive into what has been going on. So the last couple of days, some big news dropped that Voices.com had purchased a domain, Voices.ai, and that they were planning on going into offering synthetic voices, AI voices, and working with projects like that to further their business. Now, of course, that was released, and then they had tweeted about, yesterday they had posted a tweet about them doing, them being at a conference about Project AIs and everything. Well, this tweet blew up because they had changed also their terms of service on the 24th of April, and they it says in their terms of service, interestingly enough, which hasn't been changed yet, that they basically can do whatever they want with the voiceover, with the demos, all the content that's uploaded on Voices.com. Well, this got, of course, a crazy amount of replies and a lot of very unhappy voice actors. Now, first off, from me, because I've spoken about this many times, I'm a very pragmatic person. I try to be, especially when we're in business. I mean, I like to give people information, show what's working, and then let you decide. But I've always been outspoken about my feelings on AI, and that I don't do AI, I don't take AI jobs, I don't do AI. It's just been one thing that I have, I just don't agree with lending my voice and taking that right away from me or other voice actors without their direct consent. And now a lot of voice actors have been paid or are being paid to use their voice for AI, and that is up to them. That is up to the voice actor to decide. However, with the Voices.com thing, it seems like they are taking that choice out of the hands of the voice actor. Now, later on today, or about 2 or 3 hours ago today, there was a new post from David Ciccarelli on Voices.com and on Twitter that they had attended that conference where I guess that post had come from, and that the conference was about David, who is David Ciccarelli, is the CEO of Voices, signed a charter or agreement or something of 400 plus top executives, politicians, or whatever in the world about being responsible with AI. It's a 2-page document. I mean, you can go to their site and see it. It was on Twitter. But the website, and he says in the post that they posted on their blog and Voices, that Voices.com will never take their work and our voice actors' work and use that for machine learning. And so that was very nice that he posted that. However, that's not what it says on their terms of service. All right, it doesn't say that, even though it's interesting because in the terms of service that they have on Voices.com, you can look at that. There's intellectual rights, and then in that there's some clauses. One of the clauses is about Voices.com's right to use any user content that's uploaded to the site, basically for whatever purpose they seem. Okay, they don't use the words AI or machine learning in any of the entire terms of service, right? But this one clause talks about they can basically do whatever they want with the user content. But then underneath it, the next clause talks about ownership, and it says the client and the voice actor has sole ownership to their work. So when you look at those two things, they're completely contradicting. And it seems like one is saying that own the right, you own your work, but but we can take that work and turn it into whatever we want, and then we own it. That's what it seems that those two things are saying. I'm not a legal expert. I could be completely wrong. That's my opinion. It is just the sole opinion and my thoughts. So I don't know if that's what that's saying, but that's what it seems like. Okay. I have been I like David and Stephanie. I have been, I've had a voices.com account. I do have a voices.com account. I got a job there recently, but this whole thing, right, really doesn't make a lot of sense to me why they would do that. Although he did post on another post that that they are getting all like inquiries, so that it's his business, their business, they can take it whatever direction they want. However, we as voice actors, I mean, I don't want my voice being used without my permission. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's okay. And I have to make a stand when it comes to the rights of my voice, what I do with my voice. So I'm right now there seems to be conflicting information with what David's posted since then, since that other tweet, but saying that they won't, because it says in the article that he posted that they won't use our demos for machine learning or AI, and it goes against their 3 C's, which I've not seen this, but it's like compensation, consent, and something else, third 3 C's, but I've not seen this stuff. This is the first I'm hearing of all these things since it's come out from this. So I'm not sure if they're kind of just backpedaling to clean up some of this mess that they've seemingly caused, or they didn't think about it. I would have thought that they would have considered what was going to come down if they released all these things. And I don't know, I'm just, I just run a VO's journey. I don't have anything to do. I'm not affiliated with voices.com other than, I like them, but the business model is really starting to, I don't know. Again, like I said, I like to try to take a pragmatic approach and not speak badly about others. I've always tried to say that. So I'm just saying I don't understand what they're doing. I don't know why they would do that other than just for money. You know what I mean? I don't understand it, and it's not something that I believe in personally. So Academy Voices, which is nothing like voices.com. We're brand new. So Academy Voices is our voiceover agent, our talent agency, and that I started about 4 or 5 months ago. It's brand new. And we're still very small, but I posted today on our Twitter account and our groups too, that our clause, we have a clause in there that says, we will never use voice actors' work for machine learning or AI without the direct consent of a voice actor. And quite frankly, I don't know, that because that has to be a voice actor's decision. You know what I mean? For their voice, that's their voice, and they have to make that decision. So, I'm confused about what they're doing. I think that's all I can say. I don't agree with it. It's not my company, but I don't agree with it. So, we have to make our own decisions. We have many people I know who are removing their accounts from voices.com and doesn't want to work there anymore. It's their choice, but I personally, it's not for me. I don't like it. And I hope that they come out with more information and they change those terms of service. So the document that I've seen is, the document all the information I've seen and the rerouting, all the things that are going, this charter or something that David Ciccarelli and all these other people signed, it literally seems like a 2-page document that says we're going to be responsible. Well, I mean, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, it does. I'm glad that they want to be responsible, but I don't know. It's just a 2-page. It doesn't say much more than that. I mean, it just has a little, like a 2-sentence thing about ethics and stuff, but it's all ambiguous, right? So it doesn't really say much to what that means. So I don't know. I guess it's going to be said, but all I do know is that over the last 2 days, that one post on Twitter that was made by voices.com at that conference, that Project AI conference or something, has gotten last time I looked, it was over 140,000 views, and they had over 100 comments, and it's just not nice. Like, people are very angry, and I think they have a right to be. But I'm going to expect to hear a lot more from voices.com to see what they have to say. And I think the one thing that David posted on Twitter and the blog post is not enough, because it still does not address the elephant in the room to me, which is their terms of service. So I think all of us, we're probably going to be going and looking at people's terms of service and we're going to find, sadly, because we know we went through that whole Find Away Voices thing, which we all spoke out about, and then they had to change, right? And SAG-AFTRA came and had to change, and also had talks with them, and so they changed it, which was very wonderful. And Apple came out with that whole thing, but Apple got decimated. They've removed it. All right, or at least it's not. I've heard nothing about it, and they came out with those AI audiobooks, and that's just been gone, So I mean, I think that, our voices are important, and we need to keep making them heard, but there are clearly going to be lines that are drawn, and I've always been on that side that you guys know. I'm all human all the time, and that's what Academy Voices is all about. Right? All humans all the time. And that's what we are and who we are and will always be. But I think that there is hopefully a place in the future where we as voice actors and business owners can use AI for our purposes. Like, I would have no problem if someone came and said, hey, listen, I need a voiceover. All right. And it's like 2 a.m. or something like that. And they're like, I need a voiceover real quick. And I'm like, well, I'm not even in my studio, but hey, I can license you this, for this, just like a voiceover. All right. Using AI. And, you have to pay me just like a like a voiceover, but it's generated through AI, my voice that I hold the license for. It's me. It's owned by me, not someone else. And I determine, right, when it's used and when it's not used, just like a regular voiceover. I would have no problem with that, because then that would be, I think, a cool tool for us as business owners. But what's happening now is other businesses with their stuff is taking our voices and using them to build their own, basically, people, their own, AI versions, and we're cut out. We're bypassed. Right? Even though our voices are the ones that are being used to create it. So that's where I have a huge problem with. And I think most of us do. Right? So anyways, I had to talk about it today, and, because it's, big things that are going on. And plus because, voices.com has been such a big part of the voiceover industry, whether people love it or hate it. They are a big part of the voiceover industry, and they've been in the spotlight now for, quite a bit of time with some of the decisions and things they're making. So I guess we're going to see what happens with them. But I can tell that they've got a lot of cleanup work to do, and I don't agree with what they're doing, but it's not my business. So as you guys know, what I mean? I've been, like I said, I've been very... I am still an advocate for all of us making our own business decisions, which means that we as voice actors, we can decide to be on that platform or not be on that platform. And that's something I think all of us will have to make a decision for. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave some comments below on your thoughts about what's going on with voices.com and this whole AI learning, and you can start to see the divisions being drawn. So, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. You have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.